battle athlete.
Are you a Sonic fan that loves Sonic? Or maybe you're a Sonic fan that hates Sonic? Then do I have the game for you. Spark, the Electric Jester. Spark the Electric Jester from Fepard Games, which you might recognize from Sonic before the sequel and after the sequel. Extremely well-received Sonic fan games from the same guy. In fact, in Sonic after the sequel, there's actually an Easter egg where you can pick up Spark's Jester hat, and Sonic gets Spark's powers. Pretty fucking awesome. Now this time around, Fepard took his skills from those Sonic fan games he made, and he made Spark the Electric Jester, his own original IP. Now this game was a Kickstarter project, and if you want to talk about successful Kickstarter projects, this game had a modest goal of not $4 million, not $1 million, not $500,000, not even $100,000. This game had a modest goal of $7,000, raising $9,162. Furthering my point that it's not the money that matters, but the people behind the project with the passion to make it good. And the results are honestly really fucking amazing. The game handles like the best kind of Sonic game, but with a twist. Spark can actually pick up hats that give him power-ups, not unlike Kirby, or Mega Man, or Beck, or Shantae. You know what? It's really just like any game where you pick up power-ups and then can use them mid-game, honestly. But mostly like Kirby. And also Mario. Some of my favorite of these power-ups are Edgy the Edgelord, where you kind of look like Shadow the Hedgehog, but with a knife, and you can run up walls.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
There's also a gravity hat that seems a little broken because it gives you the power of flight, and it makes you look a lot like Knights. I can't help but make all these comparisons to other characters. Now I can easily say by far my favorite one is the Mage hat. It gives you this wizard hat, but you can shoot these giant Kamehameha blasts. And once you get a full meter, you can actually do a full-on charge attack against this gigantic Kamehameha. It's just so sick. You know, I realized I do a lot of Dragon Ball Z references in my reviews, don't I? Anyway. You know what? How about this?
You win!
Okay, that was pretty cool too. The game also has a really good variety of levels, and one of the first things you're going to notice is that each level has an amazing soundtrack. Like, even if you're not interested in the game, dude, check out this soundtrack. Like, it's so good. You'll find yourself humming to the beat while you're playing. It's pretty damn catchy. I also really like how they handle the difficulty in this game. The reason Sonic works is because he has the ring system. If he runs into an enemy by going too fast, he can just pick up another ring. That's where Bubsy and Socket and Awesome Possum, I really feel like that's where they failed. Because usually the health system was really bad. Like, really, Bubsy? You're gonna take fall damage? What are you, a bitch?
No, look! No, there is falling damage in this game. I'm not crazy. You can't put falling damage in a freaking platformer. That's like putting gravy on Skittles.
To balance out the difficulty, they gave Spark several health slots, as well as covering the levels with an abundance of health pickups and checkpoints. Now, before all you hardcore gamers start bitching about the game being too easy, hold on, there's other modes. After completing the awesome story mode with Spark, you unlock Fark, which is pretty much Metal Spark or Fake Spark. So, yeah, it's Metal Sonic, but for Spark. The differences between Fark and Spark is that Fark has half the health that Spark does, so he only has 3 hits. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh man, that sounds lame and crappy. But what if I told you that Fark had a sick-ass parry? Nothing makes you feel more like a badass than getting to a boss and then just parrying everything they throw at you. And the game is actually extremely generous with the timing on the parry. You don't have to be like a Street Fighter Third Strike veteran or anything to be good with Fark. Fark can also run up walls and air dash by default, which makes his character feel a lot faster than Spark, which is probably why for me he's the most fun to play. Now if that doesn't sound hard enough, after finishing Fark's story mode, you unlock an even harder mode where you play as Spark through Fark's mode, but with only 2 health. But you do have access to all of the power-ups at any time, and this is extremely difficult, even in the earlier stages. So if you're looking for a challenge, it's certainly going to be there. If you're looking for a game to tide you over until Sonic Mania drops, I don't think you need to look any further than Spark. I really want to see this game do well. I think it deserves it. Amazing gameplay, fantastic music, a really simple, great story, with really funny dialogue, animated cutscenes. I just really think it's great. Also, thanks to Feppard for being a good sport, watching me get salty while playing his game on stream. Thanks, dude. I just gotta get good. GG.